I'm Donnie Bougely Smith, and welcome to the Happy Mess World podcast. This is episode 2, and I'm here with my co-host and producer, Jahiti of Brownfish.
Hello, hello, hello. How do you do?
Hey, I always call you my co-host and producer, but you're not so secretly my husband. Should I mention that?
Am I?
I am. Oh, and there was Ming. And that is our third and shadow co-host, our 11-month-old, 7-pound miniature poodle, Ming.
Yeah, you got well, yeah, she just turned 11 months and full of fire, and I can see she is amped up, ready to play, so she'll be all over this podcast.
Yeah, every time she sees this microphone, she starts acting up. She's been quiet all morning.
All right, so we may need to time this when she goes to bed, right?
All right.
Okay.
But yeah, we have some great things to talk about this week.
Yes. First story that we're going to look at is this man and woman who just had...
Sorry. Go ahead. This man and woman who just met and had sex in broad daylight in front of Chula Vista shoppers. So I don't know what Chula Vista, where that is. I'm assuming California, but it sounds like a great place to have sex in public. But literally, this man and woman who met on like one of those like San Francisco streetcars just got all wrapped up and engaged and enamored with each other. And next thing you know, they're rolling around on the ground having sex in front of basically like a bridal shop.
If you weren't my wife, I would be like, so, have you ever had sex in public?
And since I am your wife, we're going to table that question. Plus, my mother's listening.
Why? Because you had?
No. No, I didn't. No. Stop looking at me like that. I didn't. No, I've never done that.
Okay, so... Next story.
No, wait. I just want to say one thing that I think was kind of unfair, which is that the man got arrested and literally sent to jail, and the woman just got a citation. How's that for sexism in America? Or reverse sexism? Reverse sexism. Wait, why can't I say that? Because it's wrong.
But you know why?
Why?
Because she didn't finish. So that's why he went to jail and she got the citation.
See, ignorant. No, actually, what somebody pointed out is that in the article, he got fully undressed and she didn't. So somebody said that he got arrested for indecent exposure.
Well, he should, because that's just... All right. Listen,
all right. Anyway,
everybody
next
got
story.
All right. So next story, and kind of was... interesting just because you and I just moved, but it was the 40 bags in 40 days 2015 declutter challenge.
Yeah. So this is all having to do... This is right on time for Lent. So Wednesday was Ash Wednesday, if you believe in that sort of thing. But it's also a period of, newness, and I'm giving things up. But also, there's this sort of concept as well of like adding things into your life. So mentally, mentally I've added like doing something positive for myself. But my point here in posting this, and this was actually really well received by a lot of people, is that I already did my 40 bags. I did like 80,000 bags, it feels like, because we did just move. Yeah. And
we found out we had a lot of duplicates, triplicates. Can I say that? Is there a word? Did I just make up a new word?
No, you said a word incorrectly.
Okay, so give me the word. What's the word?
Triplicate.
Thank you. That's what I meant.
Anyway, so yeah, how many Erykah Badu CDs can one couple have? But we have all of them apparently in triplicate. So
but it felt good to get rid of all that stuff, though.
It did feel good to get rid of that stuff. Moving will, it's a challenge to your relationship, because I thought very much about putting you in the recycle bin with the rest of our stuff. But anyway.
Well, at least I was going in the recycle bin and not the trash. I appreciate that.
You know what I'm saying? There's love there.
Yeah, I was coming back.
Yeah. Ow! No, not to me.
What?
Because I was ready to go. You were making me mad with that move. Anyway, but yeah.
This last move was not bad.
So you said
it was the best move. Come on.
Okay, that's hey.
The best move, isn't it?
Well, here's the difference. We had to move upstairs, 4 flights of stairs with no elevator. And basically I stood downstairs holding the dog, and you had to move everything. So if you think that was the best move, that's on you. However, I love our new space. I love that we decluttered and downsized. And so I was really, really shocked, given the fact that we moved just a year ago and have like kind of embarked on this new like downsizing journey, 10 or 11 months later, how much crap we still had to give away, to donate, to recycle, to sell, But it's actually liberating. I feel like we bought just the right amount of stuff to our new place. However,
we technically went shopping in our old place to fill the new place, and then got rid of.
Right. And it is liberating. However, there's a backstory here, and that is our storage. We started off with 1 storage room, ended up with 2. And so as much as we downsized and decluttered and we did 40 plus bags and you did not end up in the recycle bin, the rest of it ended up in our storage rooms. And I'm kind of quite alarmed that you allowed my summer stuff to be, put in the back behind the dining room table. But, whatever. I'll get over it. Or you're buying me all new stuff in the summer. Uh-oh.
Or don't be alarmed. Uh-oh. Moving right along.
Next.
Listen. So, this next story, which was really, I really feel like it's some type of typo, but I mean, Facebook could not have a typo, but it has 113 shares. And it's this guy showing that you don't have to shovel snow, that you can roll snow.
Yeah.
Which, like I said, that's a lot of engagement. There's a lot of people. I'm 39 and I'd never seen anything or heard anything about rolling snow. And, in the course of that, a lot of things came up. Well, first of all, I am the shovel man. If it snows, I am shoveling the whole block. So that's just my thing. But outside of that,
I don't shovel.
You never seen it before. But there were some good questions. Like could people tried it? Some other people posted some videos later of fails of trying to do it. So it's not that you could just do this with any kind of snow. It has to be the right consistency.
It has
snow.
to be like a certain temperature, certain like weight and texture to the snow. And here's the other key thing that I realized is that the people who said that they've done it successfully roll the snow in the grass, as opposed to like, hey, this is my driveway, which is most likely made up of concrete and asphalt, and it doesn't work there. But who in the world needs to like shovel the grass, right? Like, who shovels the lawn? That's where you put the snow. So somebody pointed out that actually it works great if you're building snowmen in your yard with your kids. Anyway, I meant to test this out, and there were a lot of quote unquote, like rolling the snow, like hashtag fail videos where people were like, this bullcaca does not work. So we've yet to try it, but we've yet to try it, but I thought it was absolutely genius. I absolutely loved this video, and a lot of people, with the fact that we did get snowed in on Saturday, were dying to try it. So I'm hoping there are some 3 listeners out there that'll report back to us somehow that they actually tried it.
Okay. Because we have had plenty of opportunity to try, and I just refuse to try it without a pair of gloves. And
you don't have gloves?
No, I don't. They stole the car and stole the gloves. I got gloves for Kwanzaa, really Christmas, but Kwanzaa, and they stole my car and stole my gloves. But that's a whole nother subject.
Yeah.
So listen, next biggest story that you had was your dog. That was all over the last podcast, and to be honest, the only reason why she's not barking now is that I'm giving her my fingers to gnaw on. But she would. Okay, so we're gonna continue the podcast. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna take my hand back and see how long it takes Ming to bark for attention.
Because she absolutely looks like a little crazy dog right now. So Mingsy, my boo boo turned 11 months, and she's the love of my life. And
hold on, what? What? Yeah, listen. Let me tell you what happened since we've gotten this dog. Every love nickname that I've had has gone to the dog. So you heard her say the love of her life. I was the love of her life.
You were.
I was
until you got me a dog.
Jeez, man.
I know, but I will say this, babe. You are still in the phone. You are in my phone directory as love of my life. I'm in there as Donnie Bougely Smith.
Wife.
Whatever, dude. You have like my whole name.
Yeah, and then wife. Mm-hmm. So listen. Anyway, so all I gotta hope is that Apple doesn't make a puppy phone, and so.
and then I need to call Ming.
Yeah.
And then she's gonna be the love of my life on the phone. So listen, you know what's really funny is that I don't actually know Ming's birthday. So when we got Ming, one document said March 18th, and then like the vet document said March 20th.
Right.
So anytime I mention Ming's having a birthday, I mention it on the 19th because I figure somewhere in there, like she's.
So is that what we're gonna make it the 19th?
I think we're gonna have to.
All right. So it's March 19th is the dog birthday. Dog, your birthday is March 19th. Remember that.
Right, Mingsy. But listen,
for you adults, a little thing I picked up on Facebook. If you're going through hard times, always remember, if your kid is under 4, they're not going to remember it anyway. You can skip that birthday.
No.
That's if you're going through tough times. If you splurging, you know what I mean? If your baby is born like right after tax season and you splurging, just go ahead and buy ponies and all kind of stuff. But all right, say your next story.
Well, no. Well, before we move on, you should know that I plan on having a birthday party for Ming when she turns 1.
Okay, you all did not hear that.
I'm literally gonna buy her like a dog treat, like the size of your head, and and she's gonna have a ball.
That's what she said. So listen,
next.
The next story is, so we did launch a podcast and people are enjoying you.
Yeah, I'm excited.
So the next post was the one about your sister. And your number one fan.
Yeah, now technically I'm exaggerating because, my number one fan is actually my Mama Belle. But anyway, my sister is a very, very close second. And I was really, really excited that, she took the time to listen. She has, she's a nurse. She has a really busy schedule. And we just had a funny text conversation where I was like, dude, do you really like my new podcast? Or are you just the best sister ever? And of course, true to form, she said, a little bit of both. But yeah, no, she liked it. She thought it was funny and interesting and informative. And hopefully episode 2 and future episodes are as funny and interesting and informative. So thank you all to the many people who took a listen and spent 15 minutes with us throughout the week. And yeah, we're excited to be here and to do this again.
That's right.
And there goes Ming.
All right. So there goes Ming, and I'm going to give her my hand back so she can finish gnawing on my knuckles.
Okay.
So throughout the week on the 20th, we were driving, doing our thing. Actually went by the old house just to make sure, because our mail is crazy right now. But we ran into operator of Patterson Park Laundry and Cleaners, Mr. Lewis Monk.
Yeah. That was so crazy. So what happened was, we've been having a hard time. Like, this is the underbelly of moving, is that we get this message that we're not getting our mail forwarded anymore, and we've yet to get a scrap of mail, except for the BGE bill, of course. Shout out to the electric company. Since we lived here, and we've moved here, and it's almost a month now. And so we went on our old side of town, which we lived over there in Patterson Park, over east. If I was pretending I was from Baltimore. Do we live over north now? Where do we live?
That was
now?
Your Baltimore accent. We was gonna act like you just hear that one, yeah. Okay, this is going. What is going? Okay.
No, how do you say it? What's your Baltimore accent, Mr. I'm not really from Baltimore, but I claim Baltimore.
Listen, I'm not from Baltimore, but listen, Baltimore raised me. I love this city. You know what I mean?
All right.
This is Baltimore too.
All right. Yeah. Well, we should talk about that at some point. But yeah. So anyway, Lewis Monk is another big fan and advocate for Baltimore. And he's kind of made it his business to raise his family here and to actually do something that's been in his heart for a long time, which is to be, a full-time entrepreneur. And I'm sure you can appreciate that hustle yourself, being a full-time artist. Yeah. And so it's great. He has a laundromat that used to be 3 blocks from our old house. And, it's great. It offers dry cleaning and laundry. I mean, honestly, I've been over there. I've had soda and chips, and I've even sent a fax. And they do you can do anything you want at Patterson Park Laundry and Dry Cleaner.
Apparently, I don't even know. Ginger ale soda you had? Or what kind of soda? Okay. So you splurging over there?
Yeah. No. So listen, it's this is like a one-stop shop over there. You don't know. Lewis is busy over there for real. He is like a man of the people. Man of the community. And so what happened is we were driving around town. We were heading back over north. Where do we live now?
We live,
over
northwest, something
okay,
like that.
That's not as fun. Anyway, all of a sudden you say, hey, look, a job works, sticker, because we're looking at the back of this car. Let's take a picture for Scotty, and true sign of the times, we whip out our camera phones to take a picture. And all of a sudden we look up and we're like, oh, wait a minute, it's Lewis. And of course he's out doing what he does, which is providing, a high level of customer service and delivering dry cleaning or picking it up or whatever he was doing. So we start beeping like crazy people, and he ends up taking a picture of our little encounter. And I have to tell you, people were as excited as we were to see him and for him to see us. So shout out to Lewis and Patterson Park Laundry and Dry Cleaner.
There we go. So our last story before we wrap up is on the 21st was your parents' anniversary. Yeah. Rest in peace to the spicy bird. Yeah. So my parents, they, funny story.
So this picture is actually very blurry, but this is this is a painting. This is a photo of a painting that hung in our house our entire childhood. So, back in the 70s, things were, I don't know, like to me, like people put a lot more work into things, right? Like we just whip out our digital cameras and we take pictures and we Instagram and like throw a bunch of filters. And I know myself, I think I'm quite the photographer on Instagram. But this is actually an oil painting. It's their anniversary. And my mom was sort of sharing with me that similar to our wedding, my dad's mother, my grandmother, my paternal grandmother didn't make it to the wedding. She was late. They got lost on the way to the church and they had to start the wedding. So she missed the entire thing. Literally, as they were throwing rice, she popped up out of her car. And my maternal grandmother was in Haiti. They decided to get married in February instead of waiting for her to come. And so they didn't have their mothers there, and we didn't have our mothers at our wedding either. So I thought that was
I had my stepmother.
That's true. And we were so blessed to have her and your dad there. But it was just kind of odd. Like
my second mom. She was my stepmom. My second mom.
Yes. Shout out to Christine. But yeah, I mean, who gets married without their mothers there, though? And so we did, and so did they. So I don't know. History repeats itself. But if we can be married as long as they were, then I think we're in a good place. And on that note, we will say happy anniversary I'd like to say happy anniversary to my parents-in-laws. Is that how you said parent-in-laws? Yeah? Yeah, I've never actually heard that very often, but my mother...
I'm making words up on this show, baby.
Yeah, I wish you'd stop. you know how I feel about that sort of thing.
Okay, grammar guru. Yes. Listen,
So, I think we're at the end. Like, another great, fast, funny, and... interesting week. Yeah, so we have lots to talk about, but we don't want to take up too much of your time. So hopefully you enjoyed hanging out with us, and we'll see you next week.
And where can they find you?
They can find me everywhere. So if you use Happy Mess World as the lead, you can find me on Twitter, Instagram. I'm actually Donnie Bougeli Smith on Facebook, but we also have a Tumblr. And certainly we have the YouTube page and a SoundCloud page. Everything is under Happy Mess World. Thanks for checking us out. Hopefully we have more than 3 listeners, and we'll see you next week.
See you next week.